Good morning, students. Let us continue our 12th chapter, MySQL revision tour. Okay, so MySQL actually it is a open source relational database management system. What do you mean by open source? Open source means that is free of cost, and you can download this particular software which is open source from this site. Okay, they will not charge you for downloading, and you can download it free of cost. So such softwares which can be downloaded free of cost from a particular website, official website, they are known as open source softwares. So MySQL is a open source relational. Why I said relational? Because the data is represented here in terms of table, and table is also known as relation. Okay, yesterday we read relation. Table is also known as relation, and DBMS also we have read database management system. Okay, it's a computerized record keeping system. So let us discuss more facts about it. Here the data is stored, and that is full of various features. Actually, data is very easy to access and easy to maintain, easy to store, and MySQL is a fast, reliable and scalable. What do you mean by scalable? Scalable means which can be further modified. Okay, reliable means that is trustworthy, on which you can have faith. Okay, means the security of the data is there inside MySQL. Okay, now in MySQL database system we have a MySQL server and client as well. Actually it is a client server architecture based program. Client server means there will be one server to whom the clients will be sending the requests, and the response will be sent by this server to the clients. Okay, so the server, MySQL server, will listen to client's request over a network, and according to those requests it will reply back to the clients. And clients are the programs that connect to the database server, and they will send a query to that particular server in a defined format, and then server will reply them back. And for sending queries SQL is used. SQL is known as structured query language. Okay, now SQL is a set of commands that is recognized by all RDBMS. Fine, it is basically used to create, operate on the relational databases, which are set of related information stored in tables. Now classification of SQL statements. There are three types of SQL statements. One is data definition language, DDL commands. Second is your DML commands, data manipulation language commands, and third is transaction control commands. These two are in your syllabus, third one is not in your syllabus, but still we will know what type of operations we can do with these types of commands. With DDL, data definition language, here we can create, alter and drop the database data. Okay, here we can grant the access, we can do maintenance also. Okay, next we will read out the commands related to these operation one by one in the chapter. Okay, next is your data manipulation, which is meant for doing manipulation in the predefined database. Means you want to retrieve data, insert data, you want to delete something, you want to modify that. For that you will need DML commands. Okay, these are transaction control commands, basically used to control the transactions. Okay, if money is being transmitted from one end to another end, so whatever security measures are to be taken will be done with the help of this transaction control command. It will help in making changes to the database, undoing those changes, creating save points and setting properties for current transactions. Fine, this one is not in your syllabus. TCL command is not in your syllabus. These two will be reading out. But you must know these SQL statements, they are classified into 3 parts. Fine. Next is your common MySQL data types. There are many data types. Data type is basically helping you to identify the type of data and the associated operation for handling. See, if I'm storing my name, so it should have char data type. See, we have char data type and we have varchar data type. They both are different, or actually all these data types are different. We need to select these data types according to our own convenience. I'll let you know what is the difference between char and varchar. This is a very important difference. You must learn it and keep it in mind always. So I'll be reading out what all data types we can have in SQL. Char data type, it will allow you to store the characters between 0 to 255. Okay, varchar will also allow you to store characters up to 255. Fine. Tiny text same, varchar and tiny text same, but varchar is most commonly used. Text will allow you to store characters up to 65535. Blob, the range is same almost. Medium text, this much range. Medium blob, this much range. Medium long text, this much range. Long blob, this much range. Tiny int, minus 128 to 127. Small int, this much range. Minus 32768 to 32767. Medium int, this much range. Int, this much range. Generally we use int, generally we use char or varchar. Okay, we use char, varchar and int. Okay, up to these we use these 3 generally. Then big int, if we want to store a number in between this range, too much bigger number, then we use int, big int. Then float, we want to store the decimal points also up to 23 digits, then we will use float data type. Double, if you want to store a number with up to decimal places 53. Okay, then double. Then decimal will double stored as string. Okay, decimal is also for storing numbers like doubles. Date, if you want to store, it will be stored in this format, YYYY, matlab year will be stored first, then month will be stored, and then date will be stored. Date and time together if you want to store, so this format is suitable. Timestamp, no hyphens will be there, this way. Time only if you want to store, this way. Enum is basically to help you to define your own data type. Set is selection of preset options. Boolean is to store 0 or 1, these types of values. So generally we use char, varchar, int, float, then date and time, and somewhere boolean. Okay, so let us now come to the difference between char and varchar. Actually, char and varchar, they both are storing strings up to 255 characters, but char stores fixed length of character. Means like you have used char char a, so a is the name of variable and it is allowed to store up to 255 characters. So I have just written Swati, so Swati will only take five spaces, 5 characters only. Okay, but we have stored up to 255 characters, so rest of the space will go waste in if we are using char. But if we are using varchar, then it will allow us to store variable length. Means you were supposed to use up to 255, but I have used only 5, so rest 250 will not be reserved for that particular variable. Here this case of reservation, means if even if you are using 255 space characters or not, the space will remain reserved. But here if you are not using rest 250 characters, then that 250 will not be allocated to you anymore. But when you will need them, if you will do alteration in that, then definitely that space will be allocated to you. So not to waste space, varchar was designed variable length as per the data user is entering. According to that, it assigns the space to it. Rest of the space is not kept vacant there. Okay, so it's a fixed length character string, and that is a variable length character string. So MySQL ensures that all the values stored in that column has same length. Means char में 255 every variable will hold. Okay, but on other hand, this is a variable length string, so maximum size of the value in this column can be n bytes. Means how much space that particular variable is taking, only that much space will be allocated. Okay, and what about the rest of the spaces? If I have used only 5 out of 255, then rest 250 will be 250 blanks will be added. Here no blanks are added. Okay, and here if you are exceeding the range 255, more than 255, if you are exceeding in varchar, you will get an error message also. Fine. Okay, I hope the differences between char and varchar are clear to you. So better is to use varchar instead of char. Fine. Okay, next is how to access the data base in SQL. We will discuss in next video. Thank you.